You know, they always ask me about Chief Keef and King Von relationship. Me personally, I think the fact that Von repped the O Block so hard is the reason why it was a distance in him and Chief Keef relationship. We all know Chief Keef and Von was real close homies back in the day. Wouldn't say they was the best of friends, but they were close homies. They both were close to O.D. Perry. Pictures of Von and Keef from when they was younger, them guys was hanging together, smoking blunts on porches and shit. Just like with D-Rose. I just think certain situations kind of brought their distances to each other. The fact that Keef blew up around the time Von was going to jail, going to prison, being locked up. By the time Von got out and blew up, Keef distanced himself from a lot of them guys. You got to remember, Keef represent O Block too. A lot of them guys is Keef homies. When Keef blew up, a lot of them guys went to the internet saying bad things about Keef. Keef was smart. Keef was one of the guys that knew the back door was open before a lot of people even knew about the back door, because he was taking losses, losing friends, cousins being killed before a lot of people. Like I say, the shit Dirk going through right now, Keef was going through a long time ago. Only difference is Keef signed to a real record label earlier. Keef knew. He was signing to people like Jimmy Iovine and other people who whispered in his ear, hey, come here real quick. Next thing you know, Chief Keef moved away, never came back, didn't do features with niggas and none of that shit. Keef seen the internet videos of people dissing him. People saying he can't come back to O Block. Videos of some of the OTF guys saying they gonna hurt him and ball out, take their chains. He seen that shit. He seen T-Roy beefing with one of his artists from Glow Gang, main man 4CG. He seen T-Roy kind of sneak diss him. The shit that happened with Boss Top, you know, him and Keef got into it. Keef didn't like that shit. Keef still throwing shots at Boss Top right now to this day. So I just think he knew Von was linked to that. Von was the face of the O. Von was the O. I think Keef knew linking himself with him put him in a situation where a door could be open. Not saying Von would open the door on him, because I don't think Von would. But I just think Keef knew not to be around that shit no more. I do think Von and Keef made it around each other, though. I think Keef and Von linked up in L.A., I believe, at Keef crib. I do believe they have some music. I didn't hear it, but I do believe they have some music, according to sources who told me that. I think Keef and the Von connection would have been big for the culture. You got probably the Godfather of drill with like the new Prince of drill. I think that would have opened up the door bigger and kept the spotlight in Chicago. I tell people this, Chicago drill rappers are blackballed from the industry. That's a fact. That's not a lie. That's not a rumor. But they ain't blackballed from YouTube. YouTube love these Chicago rappers. They put everything on here. So, you know, I just think the fact that Von was still linked to a lot of street shit. You got to remember, Von was a famous rapper still chilling in low-income housing apartments. You know, Von was the O. Von bought all those guys chains and shit. Keef knew he shouldn't, you know, still link himself with Von like that, me personally. He had to love Von from a distance. I think those guys were going to eventually kill the culture together, in my opinion. I do wonder if they do got released music, is it ever going to drop? Is the world ever going to hear Chief Keef and the King Von song? You know, I can just imagine those guys' conversations, sitting down, smoking a blunt, talking about how when they was on the porch fucked up, not in mansions in Cali. So, you know, I bet the energy in that music is probably crazy. I love to hear it. But like I tell people, I don't think Keef and Chief Keef and King Von was beefing. I don't think they was ops. I don't think they hated each other. I just think due to situations, they just distanced themselves from each other, in my opinion, and from the people I talk to. But I do hear it is music, and I hope it come out soon, man. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the homie Truth. Be there.